Hi friends! Today I'm feeling particularly inspired by the changing seasons and thought it would be the perfect day to begin a nature/art journal. The weather has been beautiful and breezy, and my husband and I often find ourselves working with the windows down in our vintage Airstream home, and occasionally when we need an extra boost in the morning, I will make us some espresso on the stove top. As full-time RVers, we've given up a lot of life's luxuries like a microwave and a full fridge, but our coffee accessories are abundant. Our little home is cozy and fits us with my collection of forest creature mugs, handmade items, and the many plants that bring this space to life and give us a calm place to work from home. As you can imagine, I spend a lot of time at my desk. There's a small moss-lined shelf that is home to a few plants and natural items that make me smile. I've been waiting to open this little package with you, and I'm so excited that I get to do that today. In planning to start this journal, I purchased some vintage ephemera on Etsy, which includes some flower stickers, prints, and mini butterfly cutouts. This little bundle of goodies was such fun to open, and there were some surprises inside too. I think I'll definitely be repurchasing stuff like this in the future. Most of these items will be used in my journal, but a few may find their way around our little home. If you too want to gather up some journaling bits, I encourage you to start with your own crafting stash to see what you can repurpose. You may even have some old books or magazines lying around that you could cut out text or maybe even images from. Another great and inexpensive option for little bits such as these is to scour your thrift stores for old books or magazines or maybe prints that you can reuse. One of the best things about journaling is the freedom of creativity it provides us, so just go wild, use what you have on hand, and find ways to introduce new things and repurpose old things. I've recently been watching a lot of art journaling videos. I'm not particularly gifted when it comes to illustration and fine arts, but I love playing with different papers and textures, ephemera, and different elements. My journaling style is very scrapbooky and has a feel of junk journaling to it, as I like to use different ephemera like magazine clippings, old packaging, and little scraps that might otherwise be tossed out and forgotten. I also love incorporating nature and intend to use this journal as a type of field notebook, a place where I can tape down a feather or doodle a leaf, or perhaps even keep a dried flower. might think it's tricky to be a creative crafter in a small space, and you'd be right. To be honest, I keep a few extra items like a paper cutter and extra rope that are too large for the Airstream in the farmhouse here. I'm fortunate to have a little extra space for my hobby supplies, but even with a limited stash in our trailer, I make quite the mess when I unleash the creative juices. I don't really like defining style, but I do spend a lot of time thinking about aesthetics and color combinations due to the art that I make. Having a place like a journal where I can experiment with patterns and colors and ideas gives me so much inspiration, and it helps me develop my style. If I had to define my style, at least at the moment, I would probably say it's boho, farmhouse, cottagecore. I love using color in a very intentional way, and I also love aged and worn elements or items used in a non-traditional way, like cigar boxes as storage containers or ottomans that can be used to stash macrame rope scraps. Most evenings, Hayden and I enjoy a walk around the family farm where we stay during the winters. Dusk is my favorite time of day, and a walk at this time helps me unwind and breathe in all nature has to offer. My greatest source of inspiration comes from nature, and once inspired, I like to carve out time to create. My projects vary from day to day, but today I am spending the evening creating my first pages in my new journal. How about I share them with you? The first couple of pages include a Robert Frost quote and a fairy postcard. The quote says, "The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep." On the back of the postcard, I wrote a note to myself. I give you full permission to use this journal unabashedly. Use it for field notes, scraps, ephemera, and anything else that speaks to you and sparks joy. The next pages note some Texas trees and grasses, as well as some song lyrics. After that comes 2 pages detailing some Texas birds and more song lyrics. And lastly are a couple pages with some interior style inspiration. I hope that you find time soon to connect with nature and afterwards spend a moment reflecting by jotting down a few words or journaling. I wish you the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, friends.